ভারত মার্কিন সম্পর্কের উন্নতিকল্পে উদ্যোগী ইন্দো আমেরিকান চেম্বার অব কমার্সের প্রেসিডেন্ট তথা বিশিষ্ট উদ্যোগপতি অশোক লাহা দুদেশের মধ্যে বাণিজ্যিক সম্পর্ককে সুদৃঢ় করার লক্ষ্যে এবং দেশের ছোট ও মাঝারি শিল্পের বিকাশের জন্য তিনি তার 1 বছরের সময়কালে বেশ কয়েকটি গুরুত্বপূর্ণ উদ্যোগ গ্রহণ করেছেন। সম্প্রতি কলকাতায় এক সাংবাদিক সম্মেলনে অশোক লাহা অকপটে জানালেন, ভারতের ব্যবসায়িক উন্নতিতে মার্কিন ভূমিকা অনস্বীকার্য। তিনি তার বিচক্ষণ বুদ্ধি ও বিশ্লেষণী দৃষ্টিভঙ্গি নিয়ে দুদেশের সম্পর্ক সূত্রকে আরও সুদৃঢ় করার ওপর জোর দেন।
ISCC was formed in 1968. Again, I do not scare you guys, because that before you guys are born, 1968. If you read the history, US is not US-India relationship was pretty bad in 60s. And in 50s and 60s, pretty bad, extremely bad. Vietnam War, main thing. Indira Gandhi strongly opposed it, and US government didn't like it. So it's going bad. Chester Bowles, who was the US ambassador, so he wanted to start a chamber of commerce with a number of big Indian industrialists. The goal was to forget about the politics part of it. Let's see whether Indian and US companies, businesses, they can work together. So that's how it started. That is started. And since then, so we grew, it was very nice. I think Chester Kirloskar was the first national president in the country. Then it grew to the 2,500. Right now we are almost like 2,500 members across the country. And across the country, it was divided into, I think, 13 branches there, 13 branches. And there are, basically they are broken into 4 regions, Delhi, Kolkata, Bombay, and Madras. These are 4 regions. They're divided into 4 regions, and each and every region has got a different chapters. Now this Chamber of Commerce, like anything else, it's based on the leadership who is become the national president or leadership quality. So they got lots of good thing happened right now. Sometimes they didn't do anything at all. It all depends on any organization which you find out. So our main goal is not to cater to the Tatas and Ambanis, those guys. They don't need any chamber of commerce. They don't need any chamber of commerce. They have got enough money to influence government of India and the US government themselves, and they've got enough money there. And so is plus whenever they do, they work with the CIA FICI. CIA FICI and those guys, they mainly work for the big companies. Really right thing to do. If you look at the presidents and everything else, they come from the big companies also. So ICC main goal, our main customer members are the small and medium-sized companies, business, small and medium-sized.
Across the sectors? I mean across the industry?
Across the industry, generally. Doesn't mean that we got some big companies there also, like for example, Boeing is our one of members. Some of those, Coca-Cola is our members, some of the other big companies are members also. But mainly our focus, but Boeing doesn't need us. We don't do anything for Boeing. We cannot afford to do anything for Boeing. Boeing, So anyhow, so our basically objective is to serve the small and medium-sized companies. Do that, And as I told you that I'm not going to criticize anyway my ex-president. Every president has got their own network and everything else. When I became president, my goal was to take people, we look at the members, right? Only members will be there. We are members are the people who want to do business in the US. Only those people, nobody else. We don't do the China or UK or any other countries. Those are the only people who handle it. Now, the small and medium-sized companies, the problem is that how to get a business in US. So the US has got lots of small and medium-sized companies, and because 70 or 80% of the business companies, US are the small and medium-sized companies. But how to get a business, and why US company want to do the work in India? There are two types of work. One is that they got a product, they want to sell it to Indian market. They probably want to do the joint venture, or they want to outsource some of the work back to India, because the cost arbitrage. There's a huge cost, do that. But how do you know the right partners? Or they are looking for the right partner. How to get the right partners? Similarly, from the small and medium Indian-sized companies, they cannot afford to have a huge sales team back in India, US. I know that my company, we are based in US, we got a huge sales team there. But that small and medium-sized company cannot afford to do that. I'm talking about any company, 100 crores. Plus, how to know people? You have to understand that's a huge cost. So we try to create an environment so basically my first goal was to take some delegations or members, go to US and work with the other chamber of commerce so they can get a B2B business, do that, And so that's how we do that. So this year we accomplished after a long time. Last 2 years, I don't think anybody, we took any delegation because it takes time. You need an influence also. One of my advantages was that because I'm a US citizen, I got a contact there. It's easier for me to do that. But plus, that's how I wanted to do. Because I'm with the ISA for 17 years, and this is my last year. I'm going to do that, right? So. But so we did a fairly decent job last year. We hired a person who is a Secretary General, from FICCI, who was running the FICCI US operation. We brought her in, and she joined us. Our first goal is to US government has got a plan called Select USA. They're doing almost every 18 months or every 2 years, alternate years. Select USA plan or goal is to, it's a huge thing. They want to invite the people from other countries across the world to come to US, invest money there. Okay, so Select USA gives the opportunities to all the US business people. They're there, the same platform. It is done by the US company. So, there's a huge group of people there. And then President Obama there, John Kerry there, they are all talking about how great it is to invest money in US, and that type of stuff. But we took from India, there are 74 delegations, approximately 74, people went from India to US.
74 member delegation.
74 people went from, like a different organization, different chamber of commerce, they took people there. Some of the people are going to the US embassy. I think CII, FICCI, they took some people. I'm sure what other organizations went there.
When was this?
March 2015. 2020, this year. This year. My period.
74 people in the sense they are probable investors?
70 people went there, you see what happens actually when, suppose you potential investors, but often what they do, they go there, some people went there to, suppose you want to open an office there, You know, where you open an office. There are lots of business people here from the US. They came there, so that's one of the great place where you can have a networking, meet people. You know, some of the people they went there, and they got a business.
How many went with you or through you?
Huh?
How many went with Indo-American?
We took 34 people. Out of 74, 34 people we took it, you know, which is pretty good, you know. And most of them are, these 34 people, they come from the small and medium-sized companies. You know, and it was, and then also, you know, you attended Select USA, so that's a fun, you know, get a chance to, what you can see, get a chance to meet the kings and queens of the politics in US, you know.
So IACC, does it work in tandem with USIBC?
No. USIBC, yeah, we do. Officially, politically correct statement, if you want to quote me, I say, yes, we do. I know Mukesh Agi, you know, yes, we do. But, you see, it's almost question is that, you know, USIBC is basically, if you look at the USIBC membership people, I don't know how much they charge. They charge $10,000 or $20,000 per membership fee. Our membership fee minimum is 5,000 rupees. Okay, so you can see that who are the people willing to pay $10,000 per year membership fee. $10,000 what? 6 lakhs. Okay, there are a few companies in this country who pay that money. You know now. So yes, obviously cater to a different group of people than do that. But yes, we do that. In fact, I think that I know Mukesh Agi. I met him, who is right now USIBC president. And
since you talked about, sorry to butt in, since you talked about SME, so on behalf of IACC, who's going to kind of scout SMEs, or in which sectors? Like, I mean, how would they know? And the smaller companies, they are actually not really aware of who are there in the chamber to get in touch with. So how are you building up any awareness program, or what is it like?
You see, I think like any chamber of commerce, if I want to start a business, to give an idea, to give an example, I want to start a business in trying to open up the business in Singapore. Okay, my company. So what I did, first I went to the local chamber of commerce. Who are the chamber of commerce? I did some homework and everything. I met some people in Singapore whom I know, or friends who are doing a business in Singapore. We just do the homework, and then we found out which chamber of commerce would do that. Then I took a membership fee in the chamber of commerce. Okay. Then I used to travel to Singapore. Then I got somebody there. My daughter was there at that time, so I asked my daughter to attend all the chamber of commerce meetings. That's what you do. When you make a network, then you build a network, and then you see whether the business opportunities or not. That's what you do.
So you, in the same way in India also, you plan to kind of build up a network.
Yeah. So IACC often in India, we just I'm going to come to you. IACC in India, we just did a big seminar conference in Delhi. We do the conference all over the country. One of the big conferences we did for the last 2 days is called Indo-US Economic Summit. It is highly publicized. You can the press coverage is there. Arun Jaitley came in as a keynote speaker. Ambassador came in. There's a highly attended, 300, 400 people. They attended it in the thing. And some of those illustrious people, they came there. We are doing the similar thing back in Bombay this month, 28th, 29th of September. We got a galaxy of lots of people there. We are bringing lots of delegates from the US to come there. So those, and I expect that there will be 300-400 people come in, and anybody who wants to do a business in the US.
Right. So north and west is covered. What about east and south?
East, you got a operation. Then what happens actually? This whole thing is divided in different 4 regions, and every region has got their own leader, regional director, and then you got a HO, right? So they come to the HO, they can provide all the support they need, but it's basically the local region, they are supposed to provide the business opportunities, members and everything else. Bangalore is doing pretty good. Bangalore is probably one of the leading players today. Chennai is doing pretty good. Hyderabad is doing pretty good. Unfortunately, Eastern region, their performance is not as good as the other areas.